Please repeat after me the verses which we are discussing. Abhayam sattva sanshuddhi jnana yoga vyavasthitihi dhanam damascha yagyascha Swadhyayastapa arjavam. See, you are already feeling sleepy. No sound is coming. Ahimsa satyam krodha. Tyaga shantirapaishunam. Daya bhuteshvaro luktam. Madhavam hriyachapalam. So this is the verse which we are discussing. Ahimsa satyam akrodha tyaga shanti apaishunam. So ahimsa we have done. Last we had discussed satyam, the importance of truth. So truth is not only essential, but truth is also very powerful. Those who hold on to truth also become powerful by the grace of that truth, because God is ultimate truth. So, Sant Gyaneshwar compares truth to the rays of the moon. Rays of the moon, mind you. How? Not rays of the sun. Because the rays of the sun can hurt us. And truth should not hurt us. So, he compares them to the rays of the moon, which may be quite brilliant, but they are not harsh. However bright the moon may be, the rays don't hurt us. So what is the power of truth? So Gyaneshwar brings about a beautiful comparison. See, he says, when we sprinkle water over our eyes, morning etc., when we do that, it soothes, does not hurt. But the same water finds its way through huge mountains and valleys also. The same gentle water which we use for washing our eyes is also powerful, because any obstacle it can cross over. So how gentleness and power both are combined. What a beautiful example he gives. So the same water finds its way through huge mountains and valleys. Similarly, truth is so powerful that it can destroy our delusion and ignorance. So, ahimsa, satyam, akrodha. Now we come to akrodha. Krodha we all know, anger. When a is added, the meaning becomes opposite. Absence of anger means what? Quenching immediately the anger that arises when there is sufficient cause. Somebody treats us unjustly, somebody blames us unjustly, uses rude behavior. So there will be a feeling of anger, it may arise in our hearts, but not letting it grow, immediately suppressing it. That is called akrodha. So in various ways, Sri Ramakrishna has taught this quality. So once what was happening is, Swami Niranjananda was Sri Ramakrishna's disciple. He was so pure that Sri Ramakrishna used to say he is Niranjan, means Anjan means some spot, what is called dag, some mark. So yeah, so it stands for some spot. So Niranjan means he is spotless. His character is spotless. So what happened once, Niranjanji was traveling in a boat. Dakshineshwar, they used to go by boat. So people were there, and Sri Ramakrishna used to be called the mad Brahmin and all that. He goes about shouting Mama and all that. So some people were criticizing Sri Ramakrishna and all that. So for a while, Niranjan he heard this. Then he had a very fiery temper. Swami Vivekananda used to say that Niranjan Lathi means he's a very militant type of person. He would stand no nonsense. And he had a very good physique. He was a really good physique. So Niranjanji got up in the boat. What he did was, both sides of the boat, he put his 2 feet like this. And he was so strong, just imagine his strength. He began to rock the boat with his 2 feet. He was so strong. Then he said, if you people don't stop criticizing Sri Ramakrishna, I will drown this boat. Immediately people got afraid and they stopped. So what happened was, Niranjanji, when he went to Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna got to know of the incident. Maybe Niranjanji told him or maybe somebody else told him. He told him. So he did not praise Niranjan. He scolded Sri Ramakrishna. What did he say? Anger is a deadly sin. You ought never to let it carry you away. Many people say many things. If you start fighting with them, you will spend your whole life quarreling. And then he said, maybe some people were criticizing me, that is okay. But there were many on the boat. Suppose you had drowned the boat, what would have happened? So many people would have lost their lives or come to harm. So he said, never do that again. And other examples are also there, of course, but since we have little time, we will go to how to control it. We all have anger because those are the basic, the parts of a basic nature of human being. How to overcome anger? Many suggestions are there. We'll just go see 1 or 2 practical suggestions. About overcoming anger, Swami Brahmananda says, anger is controlled through patience. Be patient. Be patient, forbearing and humble. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, he who can forbear lives. He who cannot is lost. So in Bengali they say, je shoy se roy. जो सहता है वो रहता है, जे नाश होय तार विनाश होय. जो नहीं सहता उसका विनाश हो जाता है, is destroyed. Every day we see examples that things, events, people can never be according to our liking. It is impossible. So why do we expect such a thing? There are so many types of people in the world, and this variety is what life makes, what makes life. So each of us, if we just understand this, and even if we don't like something, we just patiently forbear instead of reacting, because reacting will be of no use. Things will go their own way. The only result will be our blood pressure will increase. So no use reacting. So this is a very good advice, that be patient. Always in all circumstances, if we be patient, then we won't let that anger get a chance to arise and overcome us. So another suggestion is, if we try to find the root of that anger, we will find that right at the bottom somewhere there is generally only one cause. What is that cause? Our egotism. So, if we are calm, patient, and we know that source, that this is the source from which it is coming, then we can deal with it in a much better way. So, another suggestion which Swami Vivekananda gives for overcoming anger. Suppose we get angry when somebody says something harsh, somebody points out our fault, some other thing, generally, that is what happens. Some people will tell us something and, oh, this person is telling this. That's a very big cause. Third person, we should never take cognizance of that. This is the first thing. And another suggestion which Vivekananda gives, which is very useful, he says, if anyone says anything against you, never get angry or resist it. Analyze carefully what he has said and see if it is true. A statement can either be true or false. There is no in between. So if you hear something against you, analyze it. Is it true? If it is true, it is good, because you are coming to know your own fault. So he has done you a favor. You correct it. If it is not true, just ignore it. That's all. So there is no scope for anger here. Either accept it. If it is true, correct yourself. If not true, then what is it to you? So Vivekananda gives the example, if somebody gives something to another person, if that person doesn't accept that gift, then he is under no obligation. So whatever somebody gives, if you don't accept it, then you don't have to bother about it. So if that statement is false, just ignore it. So no problem. So in Bengali there is a saying. Now anger is of various types. And the person who is angry, it depends upon his nature what kind of anger it will be. The vindictive person, selfish person, egotist person, if he is angry, he will carry his anger to the grave till he dies. They never forget. What is happening in Europe? This is happening. And if they have power, they can destroy people, destroy countries. So the people of no spiritual qualities, whom we call evil people, their anger is due first, because they take everything personally, and that revengeful attitude is there. I will show you. That anger never goes. But there is a saying in Bengali about the anger of good persons. What is it? They say, Sadhur Rag. Rag in Bengali means anger. Rag has two meanings. Actually, anger and attachment also. But the rag of anger is it ga or is it ga? Ga. So both are same, but there are two meanings. Rag also means anger, it also means attachment. So here it means anger. It says sadhu rag means the anger of a good person. Joler da. Water, there is a water, if you make a mark on the water, how long does it stay? Hardly a moment. So the anger of good persons is just a seeming anger, it doesn't stay. It's just a passing moment. And they forget about it. They never let it capture their hearts, their minds, and they don't have a vindictive feeling. And many times, saints and sages make a show of anger also to teach us. That anger is anger out of love. Actually, it is not anger at all. We all, when we were being trained, we have received so many scoldings. एकदम बहा दिया एकदम. So many times our seniors, so much scolding. But we did not mind because we knew that it is love, their love which is, they have nothing to gain. They want to correct us. So no problem. So these are the types of anger. So we should be, in our dealing in the world, we have to be a little like a statesman. Even Sri Ramakrishna has advised. Sri Ramakrishna advised what? Be careful of, then he said, be careful of powerful persons. They have the ability to harm you. So, sir, how are you? Okay, just be in your way. With them, neither friendship is good nor enmity. Both are bad. Yeah. So in the world, if you have to live, you have to live in that way, so that external influences don't bother us. Because these big people, if you are till you are in their good books, it is okay. Moment you act against their wishes, people just disappear. You know, in China, Russia, people will disappear overnight. Yeah. So very practical advice Sri Ramakrishna gives. So these are the types of anger in a short form I am told. So just one very amusing incident, if you picture in your mind, it will tell you that these things have happened. How Swami Vivekananda's anger. Swami Vivekananda's anger was, he used to go angry in one moment, but immediately he used to become, because their anger is just like a mark in the water. It is not any passionate anger. So one or two incidents I will tell you. So the anger of a good person, a sadhu, is like a mark in the water because it has no enmity or malice or desire to harm. There is no desire to harm in them. And we will see one example. There was one disciple of Swami Vivekananda, Swami Achalananda. He was later he became the vice president of our order also. So he was very, very fortunate to get the company of Swami Vivekananda, and he was one of the main few monks who were the pioneers of the hospital, the Sevashram in Varanasi. Swami Shubhananda, Swami Achalananda. So Swami Achalananda was known as Kedar Baba in the Ramakrishna order, very much revered. So he was trained by none other than Swami Vivekananda. So he has written a very detailed reminiscence of Swami Vivekananda. So I will quote one very interesting incident. He says, there was something attractive about Swamiji even when he lost his temper. But surprisingly, his anger would leave within a moment and he would soon behave in his normal, loving way. No one could tell that he had been angry a short while ago. Once, for some reason, Swamiji became very angry at Swami Nirbhayananda. So much so, Swamiji chased him with a stick in his hand until he got exhausted and sat down. Then suddenly Swamiji's anger melted. So this time it was Nirbhayananda who was at the receiving end. But once it was Swami Achalananda himself. He did not scold Achalananda directly, but see what happened. Another occasion, we were collecting rain water in bottles for drinking. At that time, Belur Math, very bad condition. So no purifier, nothing. People used to get sick, malaria, etc. So drinking water means what? Just rain water we used to collect in vessels and then store that. So once we were collecting rain water in bottles for drinking. For some reason, Swamiji began to scold two novices. I was so frightened that I began to shake. Achanandaji said, and the water bottle fell from my hand. When Swamiji used to get angry, it means people would absolutely shake. As soon as Swamiji saw that he has become really scared, immediately Swamiji's mood changed and he became calm. He said to me, my boy, you have become nervous. Go to my room and rest for a little while. So, just two incidents to show how the great people, their anger is just a semblance of anger. So, and actually it is a blessing to receive scolding from them. So, about this control of anger and how we should reach a state when we cannot become angry at all, Saint Gyaneshwar says that what is the ideal state? He says, however much water we pour over a rock, it can never become fertile. Or however much ghee we put over ashes, it can never light up, it can never burn. Similarly, the condition of the mind which is such that whatever be the external causes, it can never get angry. That state is called a krodha. So very calm, absolutely. So there is another incident when there is a saying that anger gives rise to anger. Means what? If we speak angrily to somebody, the reaction will also be anger. The response we will get will also be anger. So, on one side, if one party, one of the persons is absolutely calm, then even if there is cause for anger, he destroys that cause. It is like pouring water over a fire. So, this state which Swami, the Sant Gyaneshwar describes, this kind of state had been reached by one disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Who was that?
Vivekananda.
Yeah, Sardanandaji. So there is one kind of fish in Bengali, they say. Yeah, so it never gets the what is the why does he compare it? Yeah.
The blood is cold.
Always.
Cold.
Other fish it becomes warm.
Yeah, when alive.
When alive.
Yeah.
So there is one kind of fish, bele mach they call it in Bengali. So that kind of fish, for some reason or the other, its blood is always cold.
Yeah.
Even if it is alive, it is cold. So the Swami Vivekananda used to say about Sardananda that his blood is like the blood of that fish. It never gets hot. Never. So even when Swamiji was very angry, everybody was keeping away. But Swami Sardananda was such that his calmness even froze Swamiji's anger. Whatever the condition, he was always the same. It is unbelievable. In Udbodhan it is said, any person, Udbodhan means where Holy Mother stayed. You know, Sardanandaji was one of the main persons who served Holy Mother till her last days. So, Sardanandaji used to stay with Holy Mother. Holy Mother used to stay upstairs and Sardanandaji was there below. Gatekeeper used to call, I am the gatekeeper of Holy Mother. So, he was the general secretary of the order. Mind you, the top position, top administrative post. Of course, the order was not so, but he was such a great soul, knower of God. So you see, these incidents should be regarded in that way. So it was said that those sadhus who could not adjust in any center of the order, really troublemakers, with some peculiar idiosyncrasies, peculiar habits, they used to be sent to Swami Sardan. Yeah, he could make anyone calm and he could live with anyone without getting, he could put up with anything. Nothing could move. Even once what happened, that some sadhu was doing accounts. So, Sadhananji asked him about these accounts. So, that monk replied very rudely. Very rude. Another monk would have sent him out at that time. So, Sadhananji just heard, he just said, don't go so far. That's all. Auto dur no. That's all. No reply. That was his nature. That is why Swami Vivekananda used to call him that his blood never gets it. And so many problems he had to face. Serving Holy Mother itself is a huge job. My mother was not keeping well. Then putting up with all those persons. Then he is the top man in the order. And with all this, he was writing his masterpiece. Just imagine. I mean, these phenomenal superhuman persons had come. They laid the foundation of the order. That is why it is still. So, this is about anger, some just important points. Naturally, we cannot go into a big discussion.